My adopted son is choosing the people who left him on the side of the road when he was 5 over us because they understand him better. So I am choosing to disown him. 19 years ago, my husband and I were driving home from a weekend getaway on this empty highway. Nothing but grass and hills for miles. That's when we saw a tiny boy sitting alone on the side of the road wearing only a diaper. We pulled over immediately. He was filthy, malnourished, ribs showing. He looked maybe 3 years old. When I asked where his parents were, he said in this small voice, "Mommy and Daddy told me to wait here. There was no cell signal." We drove him straight to the police station. Turns out his parents were wanted for felony charges and had literally dumped him on the highway. His only relative was his grandmother, who had severe mental illness and couldn't care for him. After months of paperwork and background checks, we adopted him. We'll call him Jason. He was actually 5, but so malnourished he looked 3. It took months before he'd even look us in the eye, but slowly he opened up, started smiling, started calling us Dad and Papa. For 19 years, we gave him everything. Piano lessons, soccer, college tuition, family vacations. More importantly, we gave him stability and unconditional love. He was our son in every way that mattered. Then 3 years ago, his bio parents got released from prison on parole. They reached out wanting to reconnect. Jason was hesitant, but I could see he wanted this, so I pushed down my fears and told him we supported him. He met him for lunch. At first, it seemed fine. Then he started pulling away from us. He'd cancel our weekly dinners because his mom needed help. Our daily calls became once a week, then almost never. Some months, we wouldn't see him at all. Then came the dinner invitation. Jason wanted us to meet his bio parents. Neither of us wanted to meet the people who abandoned our son, but we went for his sake. Maybe they'd changed. The dinner started okay. Then his bio mother started making comments about how we'd changed Jason, how he used to be more authentic before us. Little digs about our lifestyle, our relationship. It escalated fast. She looked at my husband and said, "People like you are ruining this country." She called us the F slur. Then she threw her wine glass at my husband's head. It shattered against the wall, red wine dripping down. Jason barely said anything. We left immediately. He called the next morning apologizing, but I told him we wanted nothing to do with his bio parents. He said he understood, but after that he barely contacted us at all. 9 months ago, Jason proposed to his girlfriend. We were genuinely happy, asked about wedding plans, offered to help pay. Every time we brought it up, he'd give vague answers and change the subject. Last week, my husband saw a post on Twitter from one of Jason's groomsmen showing off his wedding invitation. The wedding was in 3 months. We'd never received one. We confronted Jason when he came by. I asked him directly why we hadn't gotten an invitation. "You're not invited," he said. His bio parents didn't want us there and wouldn't come if we did. He had to choose. I asked him how he could choose those people over us, the people who left him to die on a highway. What had we done to deserve this? His answer broke us. He looked me in the eye and said, "They understand me better. They're my people. You tried, but you'll never really get it." My husband started sobbing. Jason just stood there with his arms crossed, looking annoyed we were making this difficult. I told him to get out, told him he wasn't our son anymore and to never come back. He grabbed his stuff and left without another word. The next morning, I started making calls. We'd paid for almost everything for his wedding. Venue, catering, flowers, photographer, band. I canceled every single thing. Even the stuff we couldn't get refunds on. Cost me over $40,000. Worth every penny. Jason called that afternoon screaming. Where was he supposed to find replacements with 3 months to go? How could I be so cruel? I told him maybe he should ask his real parents for help since they understand him so much better. Then I hung up. 19 years of bedtime stories, scraped knees, first days of school. 19 years of putting him first in every decision we made. We saved his life, and he threw us away like we meant nothing.